I stand in Washington, D.C., and blaze the light of freedom, justice, virtue, and opportunity into the Capitol, into the White House, into the Supreme Court, and into every building, monument, structure, and home. As your Godfrey, I stand to defend America in the I Am Light. I stand to defend freedom with Saint Germain, here and now. And I anchor a great light from the great central sun this day, in answer to your fiery prayers, for America to be restored to its divine blueprint, for America to return to God, to true justice, true equality, true opportunity to live in accord with God's laws. When you, O mankind, and America are obedient to the will of God, everything transpires beautifully, miraculously, reverently. Yet when you ignore the voice of God within, then there is the crumbling from within of everything in your world, including the economy, including the social order, including the government, which, as you know, should rest upon the shoulders of the living Christ. Christians have been praying for a return to virtue and to the way of the living Christ. Many have called with all of their beings for America to be restored to righteousness, to holiness, and to virtue. And so there is now an awakening among the people in many quarters to what is real, and many see through that which your media presents as truth, which is not always, and virtually very rarely, the perspective that we of heaven have of what is transpiring and of the solutions that may come forth to bring God's grace into play again. When you, O souls, are wed to God, that tryst betwixt your heart and God's co-creates a nexus through which light may emerge as a blessing to all. Yet when you close your heart to God, beware. America in many quarters has indeed closed its heart to the voice of divine reason, to justice as God would have it outplayed, with mercy and balance. I stand to realign, to adjust, and to cause there to be a reckoning, even a type of divine justice manifest as judgment in the worlds of some, so that the many may have the impetus to return to true principles and values that we, the founding fathers and mothers, brought forth and established as the divine design of this nation and her people. I encourage each and every heart friend who can possibly come to our summer solstice conference near the city named after me as George Washington, so that we may invoke that light, so that we may call forth spiritual fire into the nation's capital for the reemergence of the way, the truth, and the light, and the life of the Christ in America. If you come and lend the momentum of your causal body to this cosmic equation, I can assure you that there will be transformational change in coming weeks, months, and years. In fact, I consider this event of ultimate import to the destiny of America. Many of you were there in 1976 for the 200th anniversary of the founding of this nation. Dearest ones, much has transpired since that time. The messenger of a previous activity has ascended, and you now have a new opportunity to anchor a great light in the capital, such has not yet been seen since that time in 1976. I even call forth some from other nations who have not been to this alabaster city to come and lend the momentum of your causal bodies to this great endeavor. For I assure you, dearest ones, that as America goes, so goes the world. And as Washington goes, so goes America. So if you would be there with me, with Saint Germain, with the Goddess of Liberty, the 14 ascended masters who govern the destiny of this nation, and those who would engender within this people the great awakening that Saint Germain envisions and that the divine director has already seen as fully manifesting, then, dearest ones, there will be a miracle light released, and there shall be cosmic change within the government. Yes, there is the shifting of personnel within the executive branch. Some have come and gone. Others may come, whom we may call to serve this president and his cabinet righteously, with God in mind first and man second. Call forth those leaders and those who have the stamina, the wherewithal, and the imprint within their minds and hearts of what true divine justice is, through obedience to the holy will of God. And then you shall see a great groundswell of violet light justice come forth again, for the instauration of the truth, the way, and the life that we foresaw long, long ago. Beloved ones, north, south, east, and west, I call you to make sacrifices, and I call forth immediately an opportunity through that fund to support those coming to your events to be invested with that supply to support those who desire to come, who may require assistance. David has said he has seen 60 coming. Well, I say there could be more. 74, 87, even 99, dearest ones. Can you imagine what we could do with 99 of you, front and center and present, with the Master Saint Germain standing almost physically before you to blaze forth that light of freedom near the nation's capital? I say unto you, it can be so. Therefore, I encourage this community to make it so through the miracle light of Maximus, through the miracle joy of Mary, through the miracle mindfulness of the Buddhas. Put all of your cards on the table for the Master Saint Germain, and I assure you that you will see such changes as will be those that you envisioned long, long ago would already be transpiring as the beginnings of the Golden Crystal Age. If you would rather stay home and attend online, so be it. Yet, dearest ones, the energy that you will receive as a personal blessing will be almost infinitely greater when you come tangibly in your physical temples of light. Collaborate with each other. Plan, 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 and see how God will bring forth miracles. God will bring forth the majestic light of the presence. The I Am Spirit, that is the spirit of the I Am race, America. I implore you, dearest ones, to see this through to its victory. For there will be many other victories in store for America and for you and this community if you will give your all to make this so. So, do you see 99 now coming, dearest ones?
Yes.
Yes.
Will you individually make an effort to come?
I will.
Great! I am God-free. You are God-free too, if you choose to be, and we are love. Thank you.